So the Chevening Alumni Network of Namibia is embarking on a regional nuclear science expo. And the event kicked off yesterday and will conclude on Friday, the 19th of September. So you still have got some time. But to enlighten us more on the expo, I am now joined, that is, by Sharon Zaaruka, who's the digital marketing consultant at the Chevening Alumni Network of Namibia. It's very nice to have you, Madam Zaaruka. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's nice to be back in studio.
Right, great stuff. So there's a lot happening this week, and I think quite nuclear science exposition. All right, I think maybe you can start by giving us an overview as to what the Chevening Alumni Network of Namibia is all about. We really want to know, what kind of work do you do?
All right, so the Chevening Alumni Network of Namibia is essentially a network made of all the Namibians that have received the UK government-funded prestigious Chevening Scholarship. And what we really do is just try and give back in terms of trying to promote leadership, education, innovation. Since we're such a diverse group, so we try and just give back and encourage the next generation.
Yeah. Great stuff. I think you're doing you're on a very good path. But we also want to know how your network, contributes to national development. Ultimately, that is a big question mark, especially if we're talking through education as well as outreach.
So essentially what happens is the network has access to what we call the Chevening Alumni Network, Chevening Alumni Program Fund. Then this allows us to do different projects that sort of addresses national, Namibians' local challenges. And we try this by incorporating our global experience and also just contributing to the national development. So what we then do, we look at different things, not just education. We look at, for example, in terms of education, we look at Spelling Bees. We've hosted Spelling Bees. We've also hosted a Innovation Summit, which was looking at ways to sort of encourage sustainability, innovation in various areas such as education, public health, as well as economic development. So essentially that is what we try and bring together through the network.
Yeah, and I mean, staying on development issues and so on, what we know is the expo started yesterday.
Yes.
And I was just saying earlier, you haven't missed out because you still have about 4 days to make up for your absence. But what is the main goal of the expo? And again, how does the expo in particular tie in with, Namibia's development priorities?
So the expo, like you said, started yesterday. And essentially what we're trying to do with the expo is our program or project initiator noticed the deficiency or the gap in terms of access to information, particularly in the nuclear science field. So then what we want to do through the expo is just create awareness on nuclear science studies in Namibia, give students a glimpse, or learners a glimpse into career opportunities within the field. And essentially why we're doing this is to try and what would you call it? We're just trying to encourage the diversification of industries or careers. We are, as we know, Namibia also tries to promote the whole human development capital and uptake in STEM. So essentially, that's what we're trying to drive. And this also just ties into the UN Sustainable Development Goals in terms of education and how we can just empower the skilled.
Okay. Speaking of promoting different industries, so what career opportunities actually exist within, nuclear science for young Namibians? And more so, Sharon, what is being done to make sure that learners from rural communities or underserved communities also has got the same access to these opportunities?
As a digital marketing consultant, you work on different projects, right? So when I started working on the promotion of nuclear science, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many opportunities.
Hey?
There's so many opportunities. So essentially what opportunities or career opportunities lie is we have radiation therapy, we have uranium mining, we have food security, as well as just careers that tries and contribute to climate change mitigation. So it's vast in all areas, health, agriculture, etc. And what we are trying to do is, because I've already mentioned the information gap in terms of information sharing, etc. We are then taking we have started with the Expo in all regions. And this is just to give learners in underserved communities a chance to have access to information that will also empower them in terms of what's happening within the industry, nuclear science related.
So what you're saying is the Expo is happening countrywide?
It is happening countrywide. So it's 3 regions at one time. We have 3 different teams in the south, in the north, like all over. So we are trying to tackle as much as possible and just give learners from marginalized communities access to information that would otherwise be accessible only in like Commerce or Erongo region. Yeah.
Look at you taking services to the people. So now, what are we looking forward to? What activities can we look forward to at the Expo for the week? We've already missed out on day one, some of us, others. What can we look forward to?
So what essentially is happening is demonstration, interactive demonstration, presentations, and direct interaction with nuclear science professionals in Namibia. And for the learners as well, we are having an exciting interactive science quiz, and they stand a chance to win goodies. That would be, yes. Okay. So that is essentially what is happening around Namibia this week.
Thank you so much. So beyond this week's activities, so the Expo comes to an end on Friday. So what then after that, you know? And also, what lasting impact is it that you want this Expo to have on Namibian folks, particularly the young people?
So just in addition, we are extending the Expo till Monday so that we can cover Omphia region. So if there's anyone in Omphia, the Expo is coming to you on the 22nd of September. Nice. So lasting impact. So what we really are trying to do is just spark curiosity, create awareness, and just encourage the uptake of STEM studies in Namibia. And what we then will do is leave material behind that will hopefully be incorporated in annual trade fairs, and then not just, and include nuclear science in the annual trade fairs. What we are also doing is, during this time, we are conducting surveys just to get like an understanding of where the challenges are, where the gaps are, and by the end of the Expo, we are going to host a result sharing post-Expo event where we can just have stakeholders in the room, and then we can see how we can, as a collective, tackle the issue of nuclear science in Namibia. And essentially, like, what we're trying to do really is just demystify nuclear science, because obviously there are various thoughts around that. Just demystify the study of nuclear science in Namibia and encourage a well-educated youth that can take up the future of Namibia in different areas.
Thank you. I'm so inspired. I'm not youth anymore. But I'm
You can still be inspired. You can still be inspired.
But I'm very inspired.
Yeah.
Speaking of stakeholders and stuff, we all know it's, relationships are so collaborations are so important. Any of your stakeholders that you're teaming up with this event, and, how's that going?
So the one thing I love about the Chevening Network is we love networking and collaboration. And of course, we are not doing this by ourselves. So we are working with the Ministry of Health and Social Services. And this is through the Atomic Energy and Radiation Protection Directorate as a partner. Because we have to make sure that we are doing things correctly and we're giving the correct information. We are also partnered up with NAST as well as UNAM, the Uranium Mining, and NCRST. And these are all partners that just gives the Expo credibility in terms of the information that we're sharing, and also just their presence at the Expos.
Yes, 100%. So who's encouraged to attend? It's not just students, by the way, or the youth.
Well, so we are trying to have a targeted approach to this. We can always roll out to bigger audiences. However, the primary audience for this is learners from grade 9 to 12. We are looking at teachers as well as educational counselors. So those are our target audience in terms of communications. However, I think parents and the communities can also encourage their learners in terms of asking questions, encouraging participation in the Expo, and just helping out in terms of volunteering. If anyone wants to volunteer, they can always reach out to us and see how we can best expand this to, or make it a sustainable event that comes up every other year.
Fantastic. Yes. I'm really psyched for you guys. I don't know, Sharon, if you have any last words that you'd like to share with the Namibian nation?
Honestly, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity that we get to share what we are doing as the Chevening Alumni Network of Namibia. And like I mentioned before, we work on, because we are such a diverse group, we work on different issues to try and tackle and contribute to the SDG goals. So I think we are just open to collaborations. If there's something happening within the country, we are open for collaborations, and encourage the next generation of Cheveners.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Great.